What's up? Today we have a HRC216. This is a commercial grade mower, and it doesn't start. The owner, before he brought it over to me, said that he did the following: air filter, which we're going to check. He replaced the oil, replaced the spark plug. Still nothing. He did say, however, it was sitting in a storage facility that he has for machines. He is a landscaper, so he would like to use this again because it is a commercial grade mower, and it's turning out to be much busier season than he had originally thought for this year already, and he would like to have another machine in service. Yeah, that filter looks new, so we don't have to worry about that. 95% sure we have a carb problem, but let's try it out. I'm gonna move this back. You're not gonna see as much, so beware. Let's put a little bit of this down there. See if it coughs or doesn't do anything or what. Let's take a look at the fuel tank situation. There's fuel in there. Hopefully it's decent fuel. Probably not, because it's been sitting for a while. I don't remember if he said he did the fuel. Yeah, it's definitely... Oh, by the way, it was on full throttle. Potentially even choke. I didn't even check that. Yeah, it's on choke. So, we are going to take this apart. Now it's probably leaking the carb cleaner I put down the throat of it. Okay, well, let's bring this over here. So they really didn't want you to see anything, so if you can't see anything, blame Honda, but trust me, you're not really missing much. I'm just gonna take this screw out. Seems a tad sketchy. Yeah, it's just like this whole piece is like broken around it. So that's not good. It's amazing that quick little jobs turn into the most hassle. But there should be two 10 millimeters, which there is. We might have to take off the whole cover. I really hope not. Let's see. Is there any way I can like hold this in place or something? Okay, fine. Looks like we're gonna have to take off the whole cover, otherwise we're just gonna break what's left over of that. Man, I'm kind of thinking I just want to do that, to be honest. Well, it's already broken. It's not really serving a purpose. Maybe if I jam like a screwdriver in here, it'll give something to kind of hold on to, so I can at least get the screw out. No, not at all, actually. Basically what that's doing, it's holding this in. Okay, and I'm just gonna have to take off the whole cover. So it just comes off like every other Honda. Take off the couple of 10 millimeters to hold the recoil on. At least I think it's 10 millimeter on this. Might be something different. Whatever holds the recoil on, and then we can just lift up the whole thing. Got it off. So there's this. Just tuck that in a different location. We have our little plate here, and we have our fuel. But because the fuel is attached, or the fuel shutoff is attached to the carb, and we're going to be removing the carb, we are going to want to crimp off the fuel line. There we go. Taking the throttle linkage off. The fuel line is what's holding us up there. That would make sense, huh? Let's take off the fuel line. The clamp isn't even close to the end of the fuel line. When you take off a fuel line, if you twist it first, it kind of breaks the seal. Makes it a lot easier to remove. So whenever I remove any fuel line of any sort, I usually twist it. There we go. The choke lever came with it. That's okay. Let's see what goodies we have in here. Oh, we have that done. Ugh. That's disgusting. In there is just all kinds of gooey. Yeah. Carb cleaning. So, oh, the smell hit me just right now. I'm gonna have to take out all that fuel too. Oh my gosh, that's bad. It's been probably a little bit longer than a few years. Maybe not. I've never actually just put fuel in a clear container and watched it age. I probably should one day. Everyday picture of fuel aging. Put that jet in the bowl to be cleaned. Let's take this out. Wow, that actually came out really easy. I usually would be removing this, but I'm not going to right now. Just because of the age of it, sometimes it doesn't really like to go back how it was before. The seals kind of have a memory in there, and I don't really want to mess that memory up. And we're not using corrosive cleaning materials. If you are using a carb cleaner, then yes, you would definitely want to remove that, because there is plastic and rubber in there. I'm going to try to remove that plastic cap too. It's like 19 degrees outside today, and my hands are freezing. Of course, my day off to work on machines, it's the coldest day of the year. Granted, it is only March, so the year has only been running for a couple months. That's half, one and a half, 2, 2.5, 3. Let's say 3. Let's take this out too. Might as well, you know? So I'm gonna throw this bowl, these jets, this carb body, the whole thing in the ultrasonic cleaner, and I will be right back. Do this. Let's put the float back in. I blew everything off and cleaned it up. Next, the emulsion tube. Put that in there. Jet, I both cleaned it with the ultrasonic cleaner. I just put it in like in a, I think it's a Tecumseh bowl, along with the emulsion tube. In addition to that, I blow it out with the air compressor at 120 psi from the looks of it from here, as well as taking a wire from a wire brush and going through there just in case. If it looks clean, then you don't really have to, but luckily my eyesight has not gone to the point where I can't tell if there's a perfectly circle hole or not. This is a very weak impact. That's why I don't mind using it. I also blew out this jet, so it should be clean. It's seated just fine. Now, this mower will idle. Well, I don't know, maybe they don't use idle, but it has the ability to idle. So I'm going to put this in the same spot it was. How do I know where the same spot is? Because in there it's clean. The clean is where it was screwed into, and the dirty is where it was exposed. So I just put the exact same spot. I can adjust that if I need to, but I don't suspect that to be much of a problem. Could be. Now that I said it, probably is. Maybe, for whatever reason, people love to just have their idle very, very high. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I like to have it low. So that's half. That's 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. 3.25. So we should be set. I'm gonna look at that fuel situation we have going on. Maybe the tank is a different story than the carb. Okay, got it all installed. I have new fuel. This is the fuel that came out of it. Excuse the logo, but yeah, there's a tad bit of water in there. That was a dry bottle, by the way. So I had a little water in there, dried the tank out, just air compressed air, or air compressor. Just shove it down, not the whole air compressor, of course, but just the air. And dried it out with a towel afterwards, dried out again, so on and so forth. Just made sure it's dry. Non-ethanol fuel, put it all together. The fuel, I think, is on. Let's give it a pull. It is on choke. Let's see what happens. Throttle cable isn't working. But it runs. So we have that taken care of. we just need to look at the throttle cable situation going on here, and we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm not going to do that today because it's really cold outside and it's about to get dark. We'll do that tomorrow on Sunday morning. Couple things to go over. One, it's the next day or two. I don't remember when I actually stopped this. If it was yesterday or the day before. All the days blurred together eventually. And I was going to take the carb off. I went to go move the linkage for the choke, and it was kind of jammed. That's why it wasn't coming off choke. So I pushed it in a little bit. It's now free. Don't know how that happened. Maybe the removal. Who knows? There was a little bit of a leak in the carb. That one appears to have stopped. The fuel is on right now. Not really sure. What I'm going to do is right now, if you don't know, if you just take like a handle from like a screwdriver or something and give it a quick little tap, and if it stops, maybe your float was stuck or something. It did, and it's been a day. I mean, I noticed this that evening because I went to my garage to pick up something, whatever it was, and I smelled gas. Tapped on it, I saw a drip or two. Stopped. It's dry now. Still to this day, so I think it stopped. Maybe the float was just stuck. And unfortunately, it's even colder than it was last time. So fun. Let's give it a pull, see what happens. You're gonna have to look at my back. I apologize. Well, not really. Well, it idles, it starts, choke comes off. So far, so good. As you can tell, there's a whole lot of nonsense in there. They're still smoking, so what I'm going to do is let's start it up again and try the clutch. It's going to be annoying because I just cleaned my floor again, and there's most likely going to be crap. If I want to see if the clutch is stuck, they like to do that. Well, clutch works. It definitely is a little noisy. I'm not gonna lie. You shouldn't really hear these noises. It's definitely worn. It does work though. They're older. It's gonna have a little bit of noise, and the clutches are getting a little bit more expensive to find. That's a reason. So I'm going to call the guy and see if he wants me to replace anything or just service it or what he wants. So far, he just tells me he wants it running. It is running, so that's what I'm going to do. So if you have a HRC216, then, and it's not starting, your carb is probably definitely going to be the problem. These carbs are definitely a little harder to clean than a normal Honda carb, but it's not that hard. If you want to see a normal Honda carb or just how to clean a Honda carb in general, a little bit more in-depth, thorough detail, then I do have a video on that as well. But in the meantime, definitely keep on watching, subscribe, put a thumbs up if it helped you, put a comment, and if you have any questions, Follow me at Small Engine 101 on Instagram, and I'll catch you on the next video. You have a good day.